Sitting in a car, driving for hours and hours, that's not much fun. Even though we have fun because we play card games. Yeah, it's very serious and people get angry and upset a lot.
But only for a few seconds.
Yeah.
We should maybe not talk about it.
I had a bad day today with the cards, so let's not talk about that anymore. It started probably 10, 11 years ago when we were all studying in Reykjavik and Reykjavik College of Music, and we were studying together string instruments and we were playing chamber music and stuff like that together. So that's kind of how we met and how we started working together. Then later we began working with some bands and then doing session stuff and shows that needed a string quartet. Then later came Sigurós and our collaboration with them, which has lasted for about 7, 8 years almost now. And then in 2004, after having talked about it for several years actually, we finally started doing our own stuff and making our own music, and yeah, that's what we've been doing since. When we the first show we did with them, they had these arrangements of the songs from Ágætisbyrjun, which we weren't a part of, initially. But then it was actually they were arrangements for a string octet. So we had to already then, in the very beginning, we had to rearrange some stuff, and try to kind of narrow it down to a string quartet. So we already started working a little bit freely with what they gave us, and then after that they just basically they always said, oh, can you do something here, yeah. So it was very open, ever since then. It's very broad. It's kind of from little kids to really old people, actually.
The whole family is coming together sometimes.
Yeah,
it's kind of nice.
Yeah, it's a bit of a combination of kind of the usual indie crowd and then just a mixture of all sorts of people. It's very nice. It's nice to be able to kind of connect with all these different sorts of people and not kind of having to think about the crowd as something like a defined mass, it's just all sorts of people, and it's very nice, I think. Yeah. It all depends on the mood we're in and how the dynamics are between us, and I think for me I don't have a story to each song. It's more just a mood or a feeling, and it's very hard to describe. And I think we work like that a little bit. We don't really put, get words into the whole mixture, which probably explains why we have such a hard time finding names for our songs and our album and everything, because it's just it's more about something that you can't really describe in words. It's more like a nuances and feelings and atmospheres and stuff. Something. There was a guy who came to one of our shows and just got in touch with our manager and yeah, kind of the classical way, I suppose. But yeah, I think we just couldn't wait any longer. We had the finished album and we had the artwork, we had everything, and we just wanted to get it out there as soon as possible, whether we had the record label or not. So it didn't really matter that much, actually. But then, we got they seemed like nice people and stuff. So. It's mainly my boyfriend, actually, who's he's a designer and artist, and he's been working with us. But we're always involved. It's kind of a collaboration between him and us. So yeah, he always wants. Cool. Yeah, he always wants to decide everything, but we don't let him, unfortunately. Poor thing. But yeah, so yeah, it's a collaboration.